Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Ghosts of Tsushima. I'm the Mysterious GG. Been away from the game for a couple of days, but I do at least recall that what was next. Yeah, there's this weird, like, the controller just starts to drag. But what was next was that I wanted to get a new armor. I am aware that the reward for this particular... What is this here? This is Legend Storyteller. The reward for this particular quest, we know, is new armor. So let's go in on whatever this is. Jin's journey goes from the past. I haven't been home since the invasion. It's time I return to my village and recover my father's armor, if it hasn't ellipses. So let's see if make sure that the armor hasn't ellipses. And if it hasn't, we should be able to do this quest. So we'll swim across the lake. This would be... I don't know that much about how castle communities worked in Japan at this time, but if anything like a European, you would have a...
Only village.
Only village. Home. There is going to be a town outside of a castle that, in part supports the castle. And in theory, in the days of medieval Europe, the villagers would shelter inside the castle. Japanese castles that I've seen as a tourist over there, I don't know that that was the intent. They were smaller. But there are also different rules. Like I don't think you were supposed to go around butchering the peasants of a rival samurai. But you're not necessarily supposed to do that in European warfare either. But yeah, it would be normal for there to be a village, sort of built around the castle, that would not only sustain itself but would also support the castle's needs. Because it's not like the castle is going to be producing its own foods. This is what they call food libraries. I thought it was a... There you go. Rolly movie. Rolly move. Full of kunai. I think I am... If I remember right, I am probably short on some of my sub-weapons because of getting confused about what button does what and throwing sticky grenades instead of changing stance. Yeah, I actually hit the wrong button there, but because I was out of sticky grenades, I couldn't waste another sticky grenade. Alright, but this village is home, so we could be wandering around the village looking for NPCs to interact with. It doesn't really seem like there's anybody about. We must remain vigilant, however. Reports from Ultra indicate that Jerry is about. Allied General. As much shit as I've gotten over the years about Panzer General, I even had Grimmeth talking smack the other day. It came up, like, kind of jokingly. He mentioned that I wasn't good. But, like he watched the first 2 videos, which wasn't enough to see me finish one campaign with a major victory. But I still wish I'd gotten a chance to Let's Play Allied General on the channel. It's a fun game. And I could have gone in with some self-effacing, jokey attitude that I didn't have when I played Panzer General. Ghosts from the past. Claim your family armor. Oh, look for your father's armor. Okay. So we're just being told that no one's around. Now I'm trying to follow this bug to see what's up. But there's also an undiscovered location. So that's what the bug was on about.
Where is it?
Look into my father's armor. My father's armor. Hey.
Young master.
How dare you, young master, is what I meant to say.
I feared you were dead.
Oh, are you like the faithful dog that was waiting for Odysseus the whole time he was gone? Or I guess it's not nice to call her a faithful dog, but...
You look tired. Are you hungry?
No.
You've been eating right, boy.
The Khan's army must have marched past here. You having
yeah.
trouble?
A few
Is anything
bandits,
the trouble?
nothing I can't take care of.
I killed bandits by the thousands. I'm way better at it than you are.
My armor.
You refused to wear it at Komoda Beach.
So I sold
It's
it.
changed since then.
It's at the pawn shop.
I hid it somewhere safe.
At the headquarters of the Mongolian army in Ulaanbaatar. That is where it is hidden, my son. I don't know if Ulaanbaatar was a city at the time. I have no idea how long Ulaanbaatar has been the capital of Mongolia. I just always liked the name, so I remember it.
These old bones. I'll get Taichi to help me fetch it.
Tai Chi? Is he going to help you with your bones?
What's he doing there?
Tending the grounds. Gathering plants for my poisons.
And poisons for my plants.
Of our food store.
That's a pretty heavy score.
Not alone.
Vermin.
Lord Shimura.
Alive. The Mongols captured him at Komoda. But we freed him.
It won't let me run because
And
she would have to run with me, and she's supposed to be old lady who can't run probably.
She's been fighting alongside the boys since she was knee-high.
You'll have to tell me more
Ni hao.
about that someday.
But it's just the two of you?
A few
We
others.
can make it if we
Sensei
try.
I haven't seen
And of course, the Straw Hat Ronin. They're our true closest friends.
He's the only one who knows how to do things.
Yep.
Half the time he's right, but his aim is unmatched.
We would certainly agree.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Although a broken clock would be a better companion than Lord Ishikawa or Shimura or whatever the archer guy's name is. He's Ishikawa, yeah. Komoda is the guy that we were trying to rescue for a long time.
Lord Sakai, you're back.
I wish I could stay.
That's my front you're looking at now.
You're taking good care of Yuriko.
You've got that backwards, my lord.
Taichi.
I'm taking terrible care of Yuri. Oh, no, that's not what you meant by backwards.
Pay my respects.
Press R1 to pay your respects. Okay, I shouldn't be making jokes. We're going to visit our father's
Weeds
grave here.
haven't been pulled.
I'm sorry.
Our lord finally returns, and his home is a mess.
I'll fix it immediately.
Don't worry about that now. Let's
No, I'm pretty sure in feudal Japan he would have been killed instantly for having failed to pull the weeds. It was a pretty harsh place because you could always replace peasants. Again, I read that. What is his name? Clavel. I read Shogun, and I'm sure somebody could tell you, oh, it's a terrible outsider view of Japan. It's not accurate at all. I'm sure there's all sorts of complaints that could be made, but it was fascinating, and it definitely portrayed ancient Japan as being a place where common people had even the peasants in Europe were better off than the peasants in Asia, in Japan at least, I should say. They had a high standard of living. It's just that, compared to some, it's just that they could be killed at any time for any reason. Which, yeah, I guess is kind of true for European peasants, but yeah, samurai would just wander through town, and if a samurai was a jerk and he was bored, just kill some peasants. I don't know why I'm on about that now, other than the fact that this guy mentioned that he deserved it. I guess that was another thing, is talking about how you deserve to die, when in fact you don't really think you deserve to die. It's just they think you say. That's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant either. I meant play the flute. Just to pass the time because I'm bored, you know. Was I not supposed to be following them? Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be following them. I thought I was supposed to be following them to find where the armor was. What am I actually supposed to be doing right now? Visit your father's grave. Oh! Okay, they were not leading me to my father's grave. They were just walking off to, you should visit your father's grave, my lord. We'll leave you in peace. And I just follow them because I'm a dumbass and I'm not paying attention. And I think they're taking me to my father's grave. And let's just accidentally bow towards nothing. Did we ever find that thing that was marked as a undiscovered... No, we didn't. It won't let me change this right now. All right, well, we'll discover that in a minute. It's probably... it might be like a bamboo strike or just something that would be located in the village. That would make sense to be in the village, so... We'll visit our father's grave. That will probably result in us being attacked by bandits or something. But, you know, whatever, we'll deal. We're used to how these quests tend to go. This game is like, it's so freaking beautiful. I mean, look at how lovely this setting is. It's just like a random location as part of a quest, but they really went out of their way to make this game really pretty. It's so pretty. Let's compose a haiku. There once was a samurai from Nantucket who brought teardrops home in a bucket. Reflect on legacy. Okay. I mourn my father. Light for my father. Leaves shade my father. Huh. That sounds the most haiku-y to me. We used to meditate here. I fought hard to return home. The grave his grave close to soul distance. I don't want it to be all about him, but I like the phrase "I fought hard to return home" better than the other two. It all depends on what the third line is and how it pulls it together. Because his grave close to soul distance just seems sad, and what's supposed to be this is where his soul is supposed to dwell, right? That's the point. We used to meditate here, or let's go with "I fought hard to return home" and hope the third line makes it about our father. Now I am alone. All things pass away. This old tree lives on. I like that one.
Leaves shade my father. I fought hard to return home. This old tree lives on.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty good. Because the old tree, the leaves that shade our father, the old tree lives on. We return home, and the old tree is still here shading our father. This is still where our father's soul dwells. I like it. I think that came out nice. I mean, part of me, I'm an analytical person. I'm an accountant in real life. I'm like, yeah, but we got nothing out of that gameplay-wise. That affects nothing. But like, no, like this. I can't even think of this game the way I think of most games. There's aspects of this game. It's just an experience. Like, just look at this fucking scene in front of us. This is not something I foresaw video games being able to do when I was playing Combat on the Atari 2600 with my sister, and complaining that the 3 small planes were better than the 1 big plane, even though gameplay-wise they function exactly the same. So, no, this is not necessarily about, like, what gives me the greatest gameplay advantage. Some of this is just about the experience of playing this game. So now we're going to put on our father's armor, which I guess... I won't object. I was thinking, oh, yeah, again, or there'll be some contrived reason that outlaws attack us so that there is combat. Like, no, I guess not. I guess we're just going to have... what would be a very personal journey for Jin, and that will be marked as a main quest with the major reward, because it's just, they could have just done a cinematic when we get to this point in the story and handed us the item, but no, they made it take the place of a quest. It's a walking simulator at this point, but I don't mind. I got the controller is rumbling. There's something there is something nearby that's like a special item or whatever. Here we go. More records. Okay. All right. Oh, okay, well, there's the... I was right. It's a bamboo strike. I must honor my father by putting on our family armor. But first, a quick bamboo strike. Hopefully I can honor my father by getting this right within a reasonable number of tries. Yeah, I truly honored my father. At time of posting this video, what a terrible thing to say. I can't just go into it, but yeah, my father's still alive and he's fine. But I do appreciate that we honored Jin's father by getting that bamboo strike on the first try. That wasn't one of the more challenging patterns they've thrown at us. I take these supplies to honor my father. Oh, I guess they were getting the armor ready while I was out of the room. We're not even going to wear it right away. I'm going to keep the traveler's attire on just because of the map benefits, but this is going to be one of the better combat armors to wear. And I could see how I might actually want to wear a mask. I've never worn the masks in this game. But if you're decked out in your clan armor and it comes with a clan armor mask, I can see that it would be kind of cool to wear. Especially given this scene that's playing out.
Jin, help me. Your death benefit all beings.
We didn't look like we were that much younger when that happened. I guess we were like a young teen and not quite ready to murder a bunch of bandits. Banditry does seem to be a problem on this island. Kind of wish now I had I was doing a bunch of off-screening in the game. I'm not doing much of that anymore. Should have done that earlier. This quest, I mean. Then I could have leveled up this armor instead of the generic combat armor.
Yes, just lightheaded.
I stood up too fast, Master.
For a moment I thought you looked...
Like the guy who also wore this exact same mask. I can see that. I guess they are throwing in some combat here. Sakai mask, worn by the greatest samurai of the Sakai clan. And the weakest samurai of the Sakai clan. They all just wore this mask. Sakai clan armor for the leader of the Sakai clan, previously worn by Jin's father, Kazumasa Sakai. So... Oh, we got a technique point. I guess I'm waiting for, probably waiting for one more so that I can unlock, whatever I think is the next most useful thing here. All right. Well, anyway, I don't. Wait, what screen do I go to see my my gear? Gear is grayed out. Oh, I'm probably not allowed to switch outfits right now. While wearing this armor, standoff streak increases by 1 and standoff wins occasionally terrify enemies. Okay.
Draw your blades.
Well, let's try not to mess this up then. Fuck you, game. I know I got that right. I swear I did that right, game. So the whole point of this armor is to do standoff strikes, and I... That sucks. I'm really pissed because I waited. I feel like I got that. The timing on that is really not forgiving because I felt like I waited, and if I had gone right away, they do this fake out thing that's kind of silly, and if you go, you instantly get killed or hit. And I did not feel like I studied around wasting time. I felt like I jumped. And they just were like, "Nah, we want you to look dumb in your video here." And I was in such a good mood. I was really getting into the whole spirit of connecting with our father, and then we immediately fuck up. So right now it's moderate increase to melee damage, moderate increase to health. Increase the standoff streak by 1. Winning a standoff has a 10% chance to terrify enemies. If we upgrade it, we get more damage. If we upgrade it twice, which I believe we can afford to do fairly easily here, we would get a massive increase to health instead of a moderate increase to health. And then if we max it out, which is, yeah, we can still do it. We can upgrade this thing all the way in one shot. It's that first one. Once you get the first hit in a standoff streak, the others are far easier. Far easier. The first one is difficult. After that, the timing is much more relaxed. So I still think we need to max out the Sakai clan armor and switch to it anytime we're feeling like being not sneaky and we're not exploring. But I am frustrated that we didn't win that one on the first try. Or with the standoff streak, I mean. Yeah.
Is Yarikawa giving us trouble again?
The Yarikawa rebellion was 20 years ago. Those men were with the Mongols.
She gets confused.
Seeing you like that, still shaken up.
Oh, she
I need to catch my breath.
By the
Oh.
lake, the tree.
Yes. Come.
Don't tell me where to catch my breath, my lord.
You said earlier you've been making poisons.
Mm-hmm.
Vermin out of our rice.
Can you make it stronger? Enough to kill a man?
Well, if there's some kind of rat man.
Can you do it?
The effects in larger doses are ugly.
Good.
Oh, my lord.
I never intended to see your son die like that. It must have been difficult for you,
Sit
as a
with me.
king's guard, as a father. You see, I'd never seen the poison in action before. Tell Circe. I want her to know it was me.
Never been the Sakai way.
No Sakai had to fight the Mongol Empire.
It is now, bitch.
I need every weapon we have. Tsushima can't afford anything less.
The Mongols have changed you, young master.
Yeah, well, if they change you into somebody who doesn't follow orders, make the fucking poison.
My mother taught me about plants that heal.
Uh-huh.
Those that harm, even kill.
Yes.
They must be consumed. How will you poison the invaders?
I'll make them consume my sword. Oh.
Read of their use by a Genji warrior who studied with monks from the west.
Kabagami Genjiro?
Will you help me?
It's Genjuro, actually, not Genji. Have you read The Tale of Genji? It's all about this guy who goes around poisoning people with a blow dart gun.
I've looked after your every need since your mother carried you.
But then your mother dropped you off with me. Stopped carrying you, you know.
All I need is something to make a blowgun.
All I want is my fair square.
It's downriver, near the old crossing.
Also, there's that bamboo thing that we just chopped, and we can use that.
Your little friend gathered them to make little boats.
Yuzo and I.
Yeah, I was thinking that's who his little friend was.
Battle of Danoda.
Be careful, Jin. The invaders have an outpost there now.
Also, your little friend is a traitor.
Soon with reeds.
I think I might have... I would have warned you about that if only I had heard earlier. Travel to the crossing. That's the crossroads. See, actually, I know it's churlish to say now. I don't like the way this looks as much as I like the Samurai Clan armor. I think this one looks cool. Oh, with the mask on, it's... And then the Traveler's attire with the mask is particularly odd. Alright, well, let's lose the mask. We have it. We can bust it out later if we so desire. But let's lose it. The armor looks a little less silly without it, honestly. But I still think the hero or the Samurai Clan armor looks cooler. The one whose color scheme I changed. And we're going with the Traveler's attire. Although we're about to go someplace we've already been, so it's not like I'm going to get map... Oh no, we haven't been here. Okay, it does make sense to switch. Alright. So I could take a little break from the quest to go someplace and have this armor improved, but I think we will stick with the quest and figure we can probably muddle our way through with... We're not being required to use the new standoff armor anyway, so if I do decide oh no, this level 1 unupgraded armor can't succeed, then we can always switch to something else. The interesting thing about it is it increases your damage and increases your health. It doesn't reduce damage taken. Which I guess, now I'm curious. So the, yeah, this reduces damage and increases health. The, Sekai Clan armor will increase damage and health. And does the standoff streak thing, whereas this is the best defensive armor. Reduces damage, and taking damage gives you resolve. So this one might be slightly better against bosses or something if you're planning to, if you're thinking you're going to need to take a lot of damage, and this is probably the best armor for just going in there and aggressively attacking enemies that you don't think are going to be that threatening and you want to just kill them as quickly as you can. Well, there's a fire of some kind going over here. And there's... Oh. Well, it looks like we've got a village to liberate, and that's going to be part of this quest, too. So we will get on that in the next video on the Mysterious JG. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you'll join me next time for more Ghosts of Tsushima. Bye-bye.